And we are live. Hello everyone, welcome to the Alien Spaceship stream. You could be watching from anywhere around the country or the world, and I really appreciate every single one of you. Coming to you from the Spaceship Studios from a galaxy far, far away. Alright, now we're going to go to the other screen. Right here. Alright, hello everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. We are here. We're going to be doing some more trial reactions and also to some various different trial scenes. I'm going to focus on the Bobo or Boo Boo trial. I don't know how to pronounce it. And some other comedic scenes from other trials. For now. So, without further ado, here we go.
Please listen to the entire message as the prompts have changed effective April 8, 2011. You have reached the ATP Mobility Court Order Compliance Center of AT&T. If you're calling from the 911 Emergency Center, or if this is a life or death matter, press 4.
Dave, this is Judy. I work at the 911 Center in Decatur County, Tennessee. We have got a missing 20-year-old female that was pulled away from her home. We need a trace put on her cell phone, please.
Okay, what's the phone number?
Okay, 731 549 7352.
Okay.
Her name is Holly Bobo, B-O-B-O.
Okay, that's 731 549 7352.
Yes, sir.
Okay, one moment. And how was the referred? Did she call 911?
No, sir. Her brother reported her missing. She was pulled away from her home and she was outside into the woods. And my sergeant, Tony Weber, requested me to call you and put a trace on her cell phone, please.
Okay. Now, did the brother call 911?
Yes, her brother reported her missing. She was in her home.
All right.
Yeah, 118, X-ray,
Your name is Judy, correct?
Judy,
And what's the zip code of your station?
The zip code of my station is 38329. We're in Decatur.
Decatur County 911?
Yes,
Okay. And may I have your callback number and your fax number?
Yes, my callback number is 731 852 3911. And the fax number is 731 852 3914.
No, there it is.
It's on Marshalltown Road at 2650 Marshalltown
Any location information right now?
I'm sorry.
Any location on the phone right now?
No, I don't have a location of the phone.
You need
Yes,
location.
yes, yes.
Okay, I can go ahead and provide the information to you quickly. I just need to record the conversation.
Yes, sir.
And then you give the details on the party recording party and so forth.
Okay, so the only thing I can tell you is she was outside, to my knowledge. Her brother heard her screaming.
Right.
He looked out. There was a boy in camouflage clothing that pulled her into the woods. He heard her screaming, and I think a neighbor also reported her screaming.
Okay.
And it's around 8 a.m. this morning.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and place on hold briefly. I'm going to issue the recording. When I come back, I'm just going to ask a few questions regarding how the call came into your office and provide the information.
Okay.
Okay? Cool.
Hello, therapist. Good evening to you. It's been a little bit since I've seen you. Hope you are well. I have been we've been watching. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving or Thursday if you don't celebrate. Okay, thank you. I had a good Thanksgiving. I celebrated, and I talked to some relatives and friends. I had some, I had turkey. I had some shrimp and macaroni, things like that. So, pumpkin pie. I had a good meal, and I watched a movie. It was, it was a nice day. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving too, as well. You and your family or friends or whatever you did. I have been watching some of the Depp. It was some Depp trial coverage, and from the past, and I was seeing it. Oh yeah, over at Trial TV Live, they've been covering some of the Depp trial scenes. We do it here every day, pretty much, but other groups are doing it too. I'm glad you did, therapist. Yes, and I am the Holly Bobo trial. We've been looking into watching some replay of the original trial, and playing Darrell Brooks, and because he's a hilarious, he's so out there. We were watching some scenes of him. There's like some cartoons that they invented of Darrell Brooks, and we're watching that, and just been doing these live streams. Yeah. So it's always good to see you in chat. Since you're here, I'll show you that. It's quite. I don't know if you've seen that yet. It's funny, in my opinion. Everybody else thinks it's funny. Yeah, Brooks is a wild one. That is true. There's not going to be as many trials as there used to be, I guess, because of the holidays coming up. All right. It's this whole playlist of it, but let's see. Going here. Shout out to the Spaceship Cats. Let's put this one up.
Wants here tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon if he wants us just to continue that list that he originally provided, or if there's an update. And we can do that off the record, Your Honor. I don't know that we need you involved.
Okay, thank you. Then hopefully the parties can figure that out without me needing to be involved further. But anything from you, sir?
No, I'm just gonna say with that, I'm not gonna put them in specific order.
Not looking for the order, but we're behind given the timetable and the understanding between, as I understand it, between you and the state. So,
The state has the list.
well, based on the groupings that you gave to the state, it sounds like we got through only one from each
Right.
kind
One-
of category. So we'll go back to the first would have been Thursday morning. You need to call the rest of Thursday morning. Was there two left
Right.
of that?
Yes, correct.
So
And so let's do Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon. The people you designated, I'm going to direct the state to have here tomorrow morning. That's 4 witnesses, whatever order of those 4. And then how many does that leave? Because I'm not
that's what I'm trying to
doing
figure out.
good with math this
4.
late in the day. 4, so 4 in the afternoon then. So our hope is to get through all your witnesses
I can say this
tomorrow.
for the record. One witness I intend to call tomorrow is not going to be 35 minutes.
Fair enough. Do you plan to call that person in the morning or the afternoon?
I'm leaning towards the afternoon. If the morning goes pretty.
Can you tell me which list they were on when you gave it to the state? Was it Thursday afternoon, Friday morning, or Friday afternoon?
I didn't put them on days, but I believe they were.
It was your first trial. Oh, that's cool. So with Brooks, yeah, he was. I guess he was my second trial. When I saw him from the Depp trial was the first one I saw, and then Darrell Brooks was around this time of year in 22, so it was the same year, but around November. And yeah, he definitely is the high bar for tomfoolery. Yes. He would say things like maritime law when there's no maritime law, because it has to do with like marine law. It has nothing to do with what he did. He opens the door for many things. And he makes himself look foolish. Yes. He makes himself look like a fool every single time. When I first saw it, I thought it was like a skit. He's always angry at the judge. He does this stare. And he likes to say, grounds. It's always grounds with him. He has like no respect for anybody, and he goes off the rails indeed. So it's certainly an unbelievable trial to a skit. Yeah, he's a Saturday Night Live skit. Yeah, and scared. Yeah, that's what he made everybody scared. He likes to, I think, take a manipulative position and question witnesses to feel like he's in control of everything. The judge, Dora, was very patient with him. Some have debated it on here and argued that maybe he didn't do... The judge could have been a little bit more stricter with him. Maybe she could have, but she certainly didn't need to have a justification for him to get an appeal, which probably wouldn't have worked anyway. But if he had treated him very well, the theory is that his appeals would not work. That's what he was saying. But a lot of folks think that she could have been a little bit more strict with him, but she certainly was patient with him, unbelievably patient with him, because other judges, other people that are watching can see his behavior, that it was not her ever doing anything wrong, it was him. Yeah. And someone like him probably would drive into a crowd of people. He just, by his behavior, he proves his guilt, not even by anything he says or doesn't say. He was failing to see that it's a package, not just a one thing or another. It's him as a whole. All right.
In maybe the second floor names, if
Do you just want to tell me who it is so we can prepare, so that person is told to come in the afternoon rather than wait through the morning?
I don't want to say who it is.
Well, I want the person to be here when we're ready to go, but...
They were here today, if that helps.
Yeah, I know who it is. It's Erica Patterson, Your Honor. There's no mystery here.
Maybe
All right,
it is,
that's
maybe
what I
it isn't.
would have... That's kind of who I thought it would be as well.
So...
I'm going to have her come tomorrow afternoon then.
Okay,
I'm not
we
gonna
will
have
have
her
you
come in the
here at
morning.
1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
So we
Thank
need to be
you.
mindful of people's schedules.
Thank you. We'll have everyone else here at
That's
8:30.
interesting, because what if that was not who I was referring to?
Then you need to tell me right now so I can make an alteration to that.
Hello, Lynn. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. And the therapist says she made damn sure he couldn't appeal anything she did. Yes, therapist, you understand the concept of what the attorney in Brooks's case was doing. How she was going through strategic lengths to make sure he couldn't try to get the appeal. Because, if she loses her temper or something or whatever, it can make him look bad. So that is why he was, trying to manipulate the situation, and she failed to see the truth in it. Right. Hello, Kadada. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. We're watching some of Darrell Brooks's antics. Yeah. And we will now continue on with watching this and commentating on it, because that was the statement that I was going to say. Okay.
Come on, Judge.
Sir, we're at the end of the third week of trial.
So can
Yes, hello, Kadata, and I hope that you had a good Thanksgiving, Kadata. And it is said great to see you. I thank you for coming and telling us hello.
Can we
Need
at
to
least
keep
be
this
fair?
moving
Can we at
along.
least be fair and say that's not due to me though?
That would not be fair to say.
How?
It's
How? The state said that they needed 5 to 7 business days to present their case. Did they or did they not say that on the record?
And there's,
So
it
how did
doesn't
I-
matter how we got there at this point. I'm trying
Then they
my
need to chop,
darndest
chop.
to get all the
Should've been
witnesses
chop, chop.
done. So I'm directing the state to have Miss Patterson come tomorrow afternoon.
If that's
And the
what I
other
was referring to, which
witnesses?
I wasn't, but everybody think they know what I'm thinking.
Then you need to tell them if it's someone else, and if you want her here in the morning.
I'll
then
say
that-
this. Everybody that was here today that didn't get called, have them here tomorrow. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people.
And you need to tell me who you want in the morning, not by the order, and who you want for the afternoon. Otherwise, I'm going to make the order that I just made.
No, how you gonna make the order for me?
Under 906.11, sir.
No, you can't. I can call. I have the right to call them in the order that the state didn't have to have an order. And I'm guessing.
No, but the
Correct me
state's
if I'm wrong, but
helping
I'm-
you out in terms of the order,
They were helping me out with serving
and
the
they're helping you.
subpoenas. Not the
So,
order of how I would call the witnesses, but the subpoenas. And I gave the state.
do you want to be responsible for calling each person tonight and telling them what time they need to be here, or should we let the
See,
state
here we
do
go
that?
with this again. There's something that's impossible to do.
That's not true. You have
How's it
access
not
to
true?
a phone.
So somebody's gonna answer a collect call from someone they don't even know. Nobody in this courtroom will answer a collect call and pay for a phone call from
not
somebody
my
that you
understanding
not know.
of how it works at the jail. That you can.
Yes.
There's other means to make phone calls.
There is no other way to utilize the phone.
Well, maybe I'm wrong on that, but be that as it may, the state is helping you out. This is to make tomorrow go as smoothly as possible, to be effective, and to use all of our time wisely.
Your Honor, with all respect, I did what was asked of me to do. I provided them with the list of the witnesses that I will call. And I stated before that I would not put them in order, and the state accepted the list that I gave them. So why, at this point, is
Who are
everything
the witnesses who are here
being
today?
a problem?
Kohler, Douglas Kohler, Detective Guth, Erica Patterson, Christopher Bertram, and Jason Hayes were here today, in addition to Miss Reimer. Miss Reimer's now done. Nicholas Kirby was also here today. He's done. If we are going to continue to assist Mr. Brooks in getting these witnesses here, we need to have a reasonable time schedule. These witnesses don't just show up by the tooth fairy. We have to communicate with them. They have jobs, they have families. I've explained this 3 times to Mr. Brooks. If he wants our assistance,
Objection. She can chill with all
he
that. She can
needs
chill with all that
To-
tone.
hold on. I know.
Get on that if that's what it is.
Hey, I
We
know
can
it's been a
definitely
long
get on
day.
that.
Let's keep this civil.
That's what I'm trying to do, but
So
she gonna have to tone it down.
I think both of the parties are getting a little
For real.
frustrated.
Hello, Retro AI. Welcome to the stream. Wakashan, hello, friend. Yeah, so this is a cartoon of the Darrell Brooks trial. There's a couple of them, and they are extremely entertaining. It's really it's really wild. It really is. Another YouTuber made these independently, and we're watching them. So yeah, certainly a trial to watch if you haven't seen it. It's just unbelievable antics. He acts like a toddler. Yeah. And yeah, thank you, Brooks. Yeah. All right.
I'm getting frustrated. So, I'm
mean,
Kohler,
who they be
Guth,
like?
Hayes, Patterson. I missed a 5th.
Bertram.
Guth is a police officer, right?
Yes.
I know who Eric Patterson is. How about Kohler, Hayes, and Bertram? Are those citizens?
They're citizens that relate to the parade, I believe, and post-parade. not the DV.
It seems to me that even with one of the witnesses taking more than 35 minutes, that doesn't fill up the whole day, so we need to have some other people on that list for the afternoon.
So I will just continue to work in the order of the list that was provided, Your Honor. I think that's the only reasonable thing we can do at this point, or we can do it alphabetical, or we can do it by random lot, because I don't know really what else to do.
By the list that was given.
What was the order of the list that you were given?
The first three were Kirby, Kohler, and Guth. The next line has three names: Patterson, Bertram, Hayes. The third line has three names: Reimer, Aldrich, and Lescano. The last list has two names and then also reads the state of Wisconsin.
First three people on the list you need to advise to be here tomorrow at 8:30.
Okay.
The next two people tomorrow at 10:30. The next two people after that tomorrow at 1:30. The next two people from there at 3:30. And then do I have anyone left over from there?
No.
If I have to go late tomorrow, then I would say the last person can be at 4:30 if need be.
Yeah, I agree. We would very much like to get through the defense witnesses tomorrow, Your Honor.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Well, that's the order that I'm making in terms of the times people need to show up. That gives you a range of people to select from.
I'm gonna have to see that what you're referring to then, because
Oh, I trust you wrote it down because that's what I did.
I
so
didn't. I
we
didn't
are in
write it down.
recess then for the evening. We'll see.
All right, Lynn says he was classed as mentally... No, he was not classed as mentally ill, actually. He was classed as sane to stand trial and to defend himself. That's what it was classed as. Yeah. It is... That is the truth of the matter. Yes, the shenanigans definitely makes it an interesting trial. Yes, indeed.
See everyone tomorrow at 8:30 a.m.
So
From the company that brought you Alec Murdali comes another special toy. Prison Playmates is proud to present our new prison pal, Dolly Brooks. Dolly Brooks comes with over 30 fun and quirky phrases.
I do not consent to or agree to being called their name.
Oh, Dolly, nobody cares.
Objection. Hearsay.
Dolly Brooks also comes with a unique set of accessories like the big boy suit, the reversible mask, and his important documents.
Get your facts straight. Listen, Dolly, I'm not going to sit here and let somebody be inaccurate on the record and lie on the record.
Oh, Dolly, you're right. I forgot about the documents in this special box for just $15 extra. Are you happy that I mentioned them too, Dolly?
I just want the truth to be told.
But that's not all, Dolly, because for the first 500 orders, we'll also include these special shock shackles, absolutely free. What do you think about them, Dolly?
It should be noted that I had a shock device on my ankle. It is a fact. I was told that there were a shock device, which I know how a shock device looks because I've been through this before in Milwaukee.
Dolly Brooks is endless fun for all ages. You just never know what he's going to say next.
Can we move on to subject matter jurisdiction that hasn't been proved for the record?
Just remember, if you order now, you can get Dolly Brooks, his extra courtroom set, and the shock shackles for just $25.99. Don't wait. Call now.
I accept for value in return for value.
To order your Dolly Brooks, just call 867-530. That's 867-530. Call now.
You're gonna blame me. Lie to her. It's okay to lie to women. They're not people like us. I don't know. Hey, where's the other guy?
You could make a box fort. See, here's a box. You could pretend it's a fort. Actually, that sounds like fun. I want this. I'm king in here.
All right, Mr. Brooks, do you have any position on that? I am unmuting you. I would note he takes the headphones on and off throughout. He doesn't have them on. He's looking at a book.
I wish you would stop saying book. I'm looking at the Bible. Thank you. It's not just a book. It's the book.
Can't disagree with you there, sir.
Yeah. How many people actually live by it, though? Anyway.
Sir, I'm contemplating putting an hour time limit on closing arguments.
I ain't doing no closing argument tomorrow.
The closing arguments will most likely be tomorrow.
I'm not doing it tomorrow.
Then you'll forfeit your right to give one, sir, because as we have...
You can't force me not. What type of court is this where you can say you're gonna force somebody not to be able to give a closing argument? How's that lawful law?
If you choose not to give one...
How's that lawful law?
This 32-year-old guy wants to spend a Sunday afternoon chilling with a 13-year-old girl after texting her about getting stoned.
You say, I want to make love to you. Have you ever seen people have sex?
Man, I ain't trying to hear all that, because at the end of the day, I did what you asked me to do.
She asked for it. She didn't ask for it. You sent it to her. And even if she did, I mean, you're not supposed to be sending stuff like that to somebody who says they're 13.
But instead of taking responsibility, he tries to blame it all on the decoy.
Did you know she said she was 18 when I met her? Did you know that?
I've got the transcript right here.
No, I'm not going to sit here and let somebody be inaccurate on the record and lie on the record.
As he gets up to leave and makes the long walk to the door, officers are in position, ready to arrest him.
Sheriff's office, hands up! Hands up!
He's then taken to jail. And later, he starts crying.
Oh, face that way. Face that way.
It's the shoulder.
Oh, nice and easy on you. There you go. All right. All yours. You okay?
No. It hurts bad.
Your shoulder?
Bad. Bad.
Well, it's gonna be sore, man.
Yeah.
But at least you know nothing's broken, right?
Nothing broken. Well, why do I keep having this throbbing, burning pain if there's nothing wrong?
I know the shoulder's struggling.
Bad.
Shoulder's worse than the knees, though?
Absolutely. I know something is wrong. I know something is wrong. My shoulder hurts too bad right now.
Sure.
I'm sorry, man. It hurts so bad I'm getting teary-eyed. Like, seriously, I know something is wrong. And I haven't getting any Tylenol. I haven't slept.
Sorry about that. Tylenol, that can just be their procedure.
Right. No, I was just asking.
Because you know, you've already figured out you're not an idiot. You're not a dumb man. You're a smart guy.
Right.
I see that.
Help us understand something. Where were you going, Darrell? So these parents know why their kid got hurt, just the way you want to know why your kid got hurt.
So a kid got hurt?
A lot of people did.
A lot of people got hurt?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Darrell, you were there.
No, I'm saying a lot of people got hurt.
Yeah, there's people hurt, man.
Like that?
To me, it's a pretty good injury if a doctor's got to check you out or you got a broken leg.
Yeah, so what do you call my shoulder? I'm just making a joke, but yeah.
Well, I'm not laughing because there's nothing funny about this.
No, I was just saying. No, it's not. It's never been that. Dude, I don't take my life as a joke. I was just making a joke about my shoulder when you just said, you know, if it's a serious injury, if you got to get looked out. And I was just saying I had to get looked out, but they didn't say it was serious. They treated it like, oh,
let's say spend the night.
You're the guy in cuffs, so it's hurtful.
Can I show you something? That you? That's you?
Nah, I ain't got no, it look like whoever.
That's not you.
That's not me.
That's not you.
No, I don't.
Darrell.
That's
Darrell. That's you.
That's you, Darrell.
Why you say it like that, man?
Because we talked about the honesty piece. You keep telling me that you tell the truth when you did do something. You take responsibility when you do something.
Now, I just want to say this. When you said it wasn't the end of the world type thing, it is. It's over for me. It's over. Can't see your family. Can't see nobody. It's no guarantee you're even going to see tomorrow. I go to jail right now. I go to prison right now. At my age, it's no guarantee how long I'm going to have to be in prison. There's no guarantee if I ever see my mama again, because she's getting up there. I used to think that I was a lot stronger than what I am, because my mom used to always tell me, you got my strength, you strong. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing that you would go through that you can't get through because you have my strength. But it's like, I struggle with a lot of times feeling like I'm a failure. It's probably a lot of times where I probably shouldn't even be here. I've made a lot of mistakes, a lot of mistakes. Almost 40 years old, and I'm still going through case after case after case. It's almost enough to just be like, the hell with it, man. And you got beautiful girls out there that you want to see grow up. My sister never got a chance to see her kids grow up because she passed away. What the fuck do I have to live for? To sit in prison? Like, who would want to have their last moments in a place like this, or in a cell somewhere, or in a jail somewhere? If I had to sit in jail right now, my life is over. I know y'all probably just think, oh, he's just talking. And it's crazy, man. I can't believe, man. I can't believe this is how my story ends, dog.
So seeing as how you sat with the prosecution for the entirety of this matter, it would be fair to assume that you know who the plaintiff is in this matter.
Yes, I do.
And who would the plaintiff be in this matter?
The state of Wisconsin.
Is that an entity or a living human being?
It's an entity.
How can an entity file a claim? You are aware that only a living, breathing human being can actually file a claim. An entity cannot walk into anywhere and file a claim if it's not even a real person.
Move to strike the statements by Mr. Brooks. Also object to the question that was asked at the end as irrelevant.
Or the request is granted, the jury will disregard the statement and the question asked.
No, I definitely object to that, Your Honor.
Your objection is noted. Under 906.11, I shall exercise reasonable control over the mode and order of interrogating witnesses. Please move on to a new topic. Or the cross-examination, I will end.
Do you see the state of Wisconsin present in the courtroom today?
Objection, argumentative, irrelevant.
Sustained. Final warning, sir. Next topic or the cross-examination, I will bring it to an end.
You don't got to keep doing that, Your Honor. You don't got to keep doing that.
It's my responsibility, sir, over this trial.
I'm informed. And
Thank you.
And
Next
I respect
topic.
that, but it's relevant for the jury to know the truth.
Move to strike, Your Honor.
Granted, the jury will disregard those last statements. They're not relevant. Mr. Brooks is not testifying. They misstate the law.
I object to that. That's not lawful law. It's
Noted.
not truthful.
All right, under 906.11, I am now stopping the cross-examination. Any redirect by the state?
Objection to that, and I would like
Noted.
a legal finding of fact.
Go ahead, Attorney Opper.
Your Honor, for the record, this is a video. I'm going to play about the first 5 or 10 seconds for the witness to identify it before moving on, please.
Objection, because this seems like a whole new exhibit. This was never mentioned before. It was never.
I haven't seen it. I can't rule on it, sir. So let me see it, and I'll
when
take
did
your
it become an
objection
exhibit?
under. I'll take
It
the
was never an
objection under
exhibit before.
advisement. Go ahead,
I
Attorney
have
Opper.
all the exhibits.
Go ahead, Attorney Opper. I haven't seen it yet. There's nothing on my screen that I see. It's now playing.
So now we just creating exhibits now. I have all the exhibits, and this was never in it.
Sir, do you recognize what's contained in State's Exhibit 178?
Objection.
Overruled.
Relevancy.
Overruled. Go ahead and answer.
Yes, I do.
What is it?
There was a still photo shown before of Mr. Brooks standing in front of the Ford Escape. This is the video in which that still photo was taken from.
Where'd you get this video from, sir?
From Mr. Brooks' social media account.
Okay. Your Honor, move to admit 178 and permission to publish.
Objection. Your Honor, I have all the exhibits. They were provided.
Mr. Brooks, I'll take that up along with the other two issues I still need to address.
But how can you play something that's not, that I didn't even
Mr. Brooks,
have?
I'll take that up outside the presence of the jury.
This
Your
is
objections are
mind-boggling.
noted.
This is
It's
mind-boggling.
overruled.
Mind-boggling.
Actually, Your Honor, I changed my mind. I would like to play the audio, please.
Sustained.
This is mind-boggling.
So we will play the entire video, Your Honor.
He's just setting the foundation.
It's relevant. You question
I
this
question him
detective
about,
about
I
his
question him
knowledge.
about the still frame from the video. The video wasn't even in the exhibits that I received. I actually didn't even receive them. They
Mr.
were
Brooks, please
obtained.
stop. The video's playing.
D-Mark got that heat.
I just got a load worth about a half a ticket. 30 in the blicker when I'm out here chasing chicken. Was observant to the game when I used to play the benches. Now I swipe Da Vinci, got them looking at me different. I can't miss him yet. AR with extension, yeah. Venom when I kiss him, yeah. Kidnap you and misses, yeah. Work all in the kitchen, damn. Money by the ceiling fan. Shorty wanna take a chance, I'ma need a cash advance. Only fuck with real gritters, and I've been around gorillas ever since a little nigga fucking on my babysitter. Put some prices on the nigga, you know they gon' come and get you. You see how the models did him, now he look like Tyson hit him. I was in the slums, any weather, I was still trapping, sliding on the pussy early morning. Bitch, you still lacking, caught him in the mall, had to tuck it in my heel figure. You know I got steel with him, fully not that little pistol. Heard they putting cameras on the lights, bitch, we still dealing. Give a fuck about the past, nigga, I'ma still kill you. No love for the suckers, listen, put them in the field, we bliss them. Shoot out all the ammunition, they move like some caterpillars. Post this on your social feed, addies that extend release. Two cent boy, your talk is cheap, I won't stop till you deceased. Coming out your facial bleed, carbons, we gon' sweep the scene. Senses, we gon' find the heat, take you out the movie screen. Got another low, how we playing with them digits. Weighing up them bowls, hella coke around the digi. Playing with them bloods, they gon' pop you like a skillet. Nigga, I'm a menace, and that's word to Mr. Wilson.
I hate that song. Why am I singing?
Right now, we're going to be switching over to the Holly Bobo, another part of the Holly Bobo trial. It sounds like Charlie Brown teacher talk. Like, it's just, sometimes these things could be difficult to understand. It just sounds like a bunch of rada. Just a bunch of gibberish.
And my name is Judy Wilkins. I work at the 911 Center, Decatur County, Tennessee. Phone number 731-852-3911.
Okay, thank you. We're going to receive a call from a second party reporting that our customer with the telephone number 731-509-7352 is possibly kidnapped.
Abducted,
If you see anybody who knows what the phone number to the approximately what time to call.
Hey Michael, good to see you, buddy. I hope you had a good Turkey Day too. I did. I liked it. And got to talk to some friends and family, and I enjoyed mine. So thank you for being here, buddy. We're watching some parts of the Holly Bobo trial at the moment. Where I am, the cooler weather came down here finally. But yeah, it's been going well with the Turkey Day. Yeah, yesterday.
Okay, sir.
Report.
Would it be helpful if I passed you a copy of your report?
Oh, I'm glad you ordered your new PC because I knew you needed one for the, because your computer went down. So yeah, I'm glad that you did that. Yeah, you'll be back up and running well soon.
That'd be fine.
Do you know what kind of what the? Do you recall what the brand is you got? I'm just curious. It doesn't matter though.
Subscribed into my.
And yesterday you testified, you kind of started with the sex offenders that were closest to the Bobo home. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the first person there, John Turner, number one. It's probably.
His name is first on the list, so I would probably have to say it's.
And he lives on Eastwood. You know where Eastwood is. I'm sorry, you located him at Melton Lane.
Yes, ma'am.
At Eastwood. Okay. The second person is on Manus Lane. That's close to the Bobo's house.
82350.
Okay.
12988, 13375. That is a radius of 4,894 meters.
Okay, so I'll let you speak to that, Sergeant. Hold on just a moment.
It's David PhD. I was given some long-term information to your dispatch. How can I? Well, we're doing a track if possible if this thing moves or anything. Okay. If you could just give me an email address, and I can start something getting a email in 15 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. T-letter. T-W-E-B-E-R. Okay. At NETUASE.net. Should be NetEase. Okay, so that's T-letter.NETEASE.net. NetEase.net. Okay, I'll get that set up for you. We'll get an initial email and then whatever 15 minutes after. Okay, so you think this is hanging off your tower? Well, it's unfair. The last training that I took has a location that looks like it's near a tower or location by Interstate 30. Okay. So, so it's really hard to say. We're not getting a real precise location right now. It's giving us about a 2-mile radius. Okay. So, hopefully, if there's a better signal, we'll get a more precise. Okay. So and then we're going to keep hanging in 15 minutes? Yes, I'll get that set up for you in a couple minutes there, and we're going to have a number of questions back to it.
I've always wanted a PC covered in unnecessary lights. It would give me a reason to work in a public settings. Oh yeah, those PCs are really, in my opinion, very cool. And that's a really neat computer to get, Michael, because it looks like an arcade. It has all kinds of lights and things in it. Yeah, everything lights up in it, yeah. That's how the gaming PCs are built now, and My computer is a small square that looks like a little pizza tray. It's like a little, looks like a it's very nice looking, and it has a little black symbol in the middle of it, but mine's a bit different. But yes, his computer is a whole party rave going on. That's his computer. So it'll be neat to see how it goes. Because my friend, he likes to build. You could build it also, and like get the parts and put it together. And if you ever have like an issue with something, or you want to switch out parts, you could get like it's like working on a car. Like you could get another piece and put it in there and have it working. So there are cool things with those computers. You could upgrade the storage, and it gives the user lots of versatile room to customize the experience.
When they contact cancel this? Yes, it's 800-635-800. 635-6840. Right, and when you hear our message, hit number 4 on the keypad, and then that'll get you over to one of our representatives. Okay, and you're going to reference our file number, which is 916-916. 870. Yes. Okay, that's the number. Alright, I should forget it. No problem.
Okay, so that was an accurate reflection of the phone call that day, is that right?
Sounded accurate, yes, ma'am.
And at some point, you heard the AT&T person give a location of Holiday Circle?
I heard him give a lot of locations, pings and numbers.
And the, I guess, the 911 operator was asking if they had an address, and he said, well, it was coming back with an address, and he was trying to give the closest address possible, and he said a Holiday Circle.
Okay.
And he also said at some point that the phone was pinging over by Interstate I-40.
Yes, ma'am.
And but at that time, you did not send a group of officers up that direction, did you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. As a matter of fact, once you got these two readings, the latitude and longitude readings, you didn't send officers to those readings, did you?
I relayed the information that I was given to officers to try to go to certain locations. Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay. But as you know, officers did not go to those readings within the first hour.
Ma'am, I don't know. I was clearly at the dispatch center and obtaining the information as to what officers, or if any, went there. I don't know.
Okay. And then let me get the report here. And since yesterday, you had an opportunity to review the report that you prepared in this case, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am. I looked at it this morning.
And as a matter of fact, you, as the first officer on the scene, were charged with making the preliminary investigation report in the whole case.
Yes, ma'am. I have to start a case so we can have a case number for follow-up things, just like the AT&T track.
Okay. And so in your report that you filled out on the very first page under the accused, suspect, other category, you actually put Clint Bobo's name in there, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then on the second page, you wrote out a narrative.
Yes, ma'am.
And a narrative is just a brief paragraph of kind of what had occurred.
Just a brief summation, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you wrote this. Do you remember what day you actually sat down and wrote out the report?
No, ma'am. A lot of that stuff was kind of running together. I mean, there was a lot of things going on during that time.
So you're saying it was all kinds of information coming in?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And because of it all, it's possible that it was several days until you wrote out the report.
There may be a timestamp on the report. I don't know.
Okay. And if there's not a timestamp on the report, then no telling when it was actually typed into a computer.
It would have been there pretty quick. It's not going to be a week later or anything like that. It would have been within the first day or so because other people are going to need that case number for their files also.
Okay. And you put down in your report that upon arriving at the scene, you spoke with the brother, Clint Bobo.
Yes,
Who
ma'am.
reported the victim, Holly Bobo. Of the reported victim, Holly Bobo.
Sounds right.
And you're saying that Mr. Bobo gave you a verbal statement that he was asleep in the home and heard a scream.
If that's what I put down, that's what he told me. Yes, ma'am.
But it's possible that you got that part confused because it's the neighbor that heard the scream.
It's possible. It's in my report. Unfortunately, that's what I typed up, so that's what I have to stand by.
But you didn't have any specific notes from when you spoke to Clint Bobo first thing that day, did you?
No, ma'am. The statement form that I gave him, I don't know whatever happened to it.
Okay, so you would agree with me that whatever piece of paper you gave him that day to fill out has been lost at this point?
I would say that I never gained possession of it back at that day, no.
Okay, because you didn't review that paper in preparation for your testimony today?
No, ma'am. I have not seen that paper.
Okay. And so you also put down that Clint Bobo checked outside the home and he saw his sister in a pink shirt and light-colored blue jeans walking into the woods.
That's the description he would have given me.
Okay.
Sounds right.
But he had also told you that he had seen his sister kneeling down, speaking to somebody outside the window. Didn't he tell you that?
I don't remember that.
Okay, so it's a detail you don't remember today.
Yes, ma'am.
And Clint Bobo advised you he didn't think much about his sister heading into the woods with her boyfriend.
Seems like that's right.
Okay. He explained to you that the boyfriend was a turkey hunter.
I do recall that, yes.
At some point, he realized what was happening and he called 911.
Yes, ma'am.
Upon the arrival at the scene, you put down that you did locate and photograph some blood inside the carport.
That's what I put, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yesterday when you said you didn't take pictures, you did in fact take some pictures.
It says that. I don't know whatever happened to him, but it does say that. So I imagine I would have, probably on my cell phone, because that would have been what I would have had on me at the time. I don't carry around a camera with me, so.
And back in 2011, did you have a cell phone that took pictures?
It was a department-issued iPhone, yes, ma'am.
Okay. That part you remember?
What?
You remember that you had a cell phone, an iPhone that took pictures?
I remember that I had a department-issued iPhone. We all had them, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then it says that you went inside this home. And you're one of the people that cleared the house?
No, ma'am. I don't remember ever going in the home.
Okay, so it was only Jeremy Pratt that cleared the home?
I don't know that, ma'am. I did not go in the home.
Okay. And you tried to get a dog up there, but they told you that there was going to be a significant time delay on the dog.
I do remember trying to get a dog up there, but I don't remember being told. I did read that in my report this morning, so obviously somebody did tell me that.
Okay. And did you stay in your office to get the emails, or was that something you could get on your iPhone? The emails from AT&T with the pings.
I believe I had to use a computer there at dispatch, but I don't remember. I remember them coming in by email. So.
Okay. And a matter of fact, you were able to get 4 pings total, is that right?
I don't remember exactly how many, ma'am.
Okay, well, and I take that back. The very first locate on the phone that we heard there, that
Yeah, now usually places, at least over here, use Windows PC for their operating systems on computers. So, yeah, some people don't do as well with the Mac. I like both computers. I like Windows and Mac. But if there are employers that are using Mac only, yeah, there can be a learning curve with it, with some. But usually, all seriousness, that usually I've seen them just use the Windows. So if there really are like companies that use the Apples still, I'd be interested to know, because I don't know, back in the past they used iMacs a lot. Those the original iMacs in schools and places, and then they switched over to the PCs. Yeah, but there's some friends that I have that tried the Apple products, and they didn't quite understand it, because they're completely different types of systems. Yeah. So the Windows is the majority of what people use usually.
Okay, there was no hit at the time.
I heard him say that. Yes, ma'am.
And so then we heard 2 locates on the telephone just then.
Yes, ma'am.
And then they ended up sending you additional 2 more. Isn't that right?
Ma'am, again, I don't remember the number in total. I remember some emails coming through, but I don't remember how many.
Okay. And at that point then, you did not have the means by which to use this latitude and longitude information they gave you to pinpoint it on the map, did you?
No, ma'am, I didn't have a GPS or anything to use that information.
Okay. And it never occurred to you when you were talking to the people on the phone to ask them to update the system every 1 minute?
No, ma'am.
You did hear...
Passion says, I developed a resentment toward Apple when they decided to sell special charging cables and made it impossible to charge a device with anything else. Yeah, that certainly can be a con to it, where you need their type of special charger to charge things. Where other devices, there's a universal charger for all the other ones. What they like to do is keep a tight ecosystem. Some of their products are very expensive. Definitely. And I could see where users might get annoyed with special charging for cables for certain devices. Another thing, Passion, from back in its past, there are special tools that you had to use to open up the Macintosh. I guess all of them to this day. That now it's easier to access these things, but you would have to have special tools to open it up, and only they would have these type of tools. Maybe they give to users and stuff, but yeah, it's a real tight-knit ecosystem. I could see where people might have some criticisms about it. The nerve of some companies, right? There's a company that only allows their staff to use Mac computers at their stores. It's called the Apple Store. A pompous joke. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Mac computers at their stores. Yeah. So, hello, Solid Girl. And Solid Girl says, "Alien spaceship. Hey, good evening, there, buddy. Anyway, what is this trial about? Please and thank you, and have a good evening. Thanks." All right, Saw Girl, it's always my pleasure to have you on board. This is the Holly Bobo trial from 2017, I believe. Yes, gone are the days of replaceable batteries. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we'll have certain devices. You could put some AA, or I think AA, in my opinion, is better than the Energizer Bunny. I think they last longer. Now, my Apple mouse that I have is from 2010, and it takes batteries, but the newer Apple ones... I'll tell you something annoying about the new Apple mouse that they have. So the one I have, from 2010, you could put batteries in it. It's 2 AA batteries. And now you have a USB to plug it in. But here's the trick about it. It seems like you can't charge it allegedly you can't charge it while you work with it. You have to have it on its back, and people are wondering that it must have been a way to get people to buy more mice from them. And it's kind of like Volvo, for instance. I like Apple products, as I said, but I can understand the criticisms about it. And like a Volvo is a car, right? And y'all would know that, of course, but it's a car some of my relatives have, and there'll be things in it that breaks over time, so you keep on having to get it repaired, and they just keep getting more and more money out of it. So it's sometimes with luxury brands or cars and stuff, they can have things that break in it. But Volvo's a very good safety car. It's very good with safety, allegedly. But the Titanic was safe too, and it sunk. So I mean, it just depends on. I've not done a scientific research on what's more safe, but allegedly it's marketed as a safer vehicle. But yeah, it does have things in it that could break over time. So you keep on having to buy more for them, allegedly. But as I said, I usually had good service with Apple, but I could see where the user experience may be more restricted than it being more loose or more dynamic. Passion says, I can't do any work today. I'm charging the mouse unless you want to buy a new one. Sheesh. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And Sawgrill says, was watching the current hearing or whatever for a possible retrial. It was pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. It is good. So, and this is, as I said, I've not had the newer mouse yet, but from what I saw on YouTube, allegedly, that's the case. And there's this part you could get made, or you could make a part, like a 3D print, to get like a support underneath, so you could do both at the same time. But I remember it's like you put it on its back, like a bug or something, and it just charges there. So yeah, you can't go to work today because your thing is charging. That's why I like the one from 2010. You could just put the batteries in there, but as I said, I'll give a review on it whenever I upgrade the mouse, but I'm not knock on wood, of course. I'm not complaining about the one I have at the moment. It's just now I did replace the keyboard. The original keyboard's like behind me somewhere, and yeah, I bought it in 2018, the keyboard, and I eventually got a new. As I said, I like both machines, Mac and Windows, but I got the newer one in 2020. I do all the streams and stuff on this, and it does its thing. But yeah, both are, I think, could be used for various things. But yeah, definitely Apple has a very tight system of an ecosystem that is not open to other ecosystems. It's just like locked inside its own world. And they like you to buy things. And all companies are like that, but they're sometimes known to, like, oh, you gotta get this other thing too, etc. It's a way that, these companies, they're making their money, but people kind of like, LOL sometimes. Right.
The man say on the phone that he was constantly refreshing the data to see if it had changed.
Ma'am, he never told me that.
You didn't hear him on the phone just now say that?
I heard him on there say that, but he didn't say that to me. So no, ma'am, I was not aware that you could do that.
Okay. At the very last, when he said to you, I've been refreshing, and then he said, oh, it's just changed, I've got a new reading for you. Did you remember him saying that?
I remember him saying that.
Okay. And then you did a supplement to your report at a later date. Isn't that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And in that supplement, you added all the sex offenders that you had gone to visit.
Yes, ma'am.
And you went to see sex offenders with Jeremy Pratt.
Yes, ma'am.
You teamed up together to do that.
We did team up for some of them. I think John Reichard, one of the other road sergeants, assisted with a couple also.
Okay. And so in doing that, I'd like to pass to you some papers I have. I have some copies, and Granted, they're not very good copy. Some notes I have here. Can you tell me if that's your handwriting?
Some of it does appear to be my handwriting, yes, ma'am.
I think one of the problems with these notes is when they're copied, you can see a little bit of what was on the back of the paper also. But would you agree with me that it appears that these rough notes on the piece of paper I just handed you are the same information that eventually got transcribed into your supplement number 1 of your report?
I would say yes, ma'am. Some of the information was transcribed into my report.
Would it be helpful if I passed you a copy of your report?
That'd be fine, ma'am.
And yesterday you testified that you kind of started with the sex offenders that were closest to the Bobo home. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the first person there that you go see is John Turner, number 1. It's probably easier if you look at the typed report.
His name is first on the list, so I would probably have to say that's about right.
Okay. And he lives on Eastwood. You know where Eastwood is. But I'm sorry, you located him at Melton Lane.
Yes, ma'am.
At Eastwood. Okay. The second person is on Manus Lane. That's close to the Bobo's house. Is that right?
I'm not sure mileage-wise, but it's within the city limits of Parsons, I believe. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that's Melvin Stegall. You checked on him.
Melvin Stegall, yes, ma'am.
Sorry, Seagal. The next person is Timothy Wheat,
Yes, ma'am.
also on Manus Lane.
Yes, ma'am.
Then is it Michael Broughton?
Yes, ma'am.
The fifth person is James Riddle.
Yes, ma'am.
He's on Rawson Lane.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you move over to Jeanette Holiday Road.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know where Jeanette Holiday Road is located.
I do.
And it's close to the Bobo home.
Yes, ma'am.
It's certainly closer to the Bobo home than Adams Lane.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you checked on Eric Christensen.
That's what it says. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And he was home when you got there.
That's what it says.
And then the next person on the list is Terry Britt, number 7.
Yes, ma'am.
And he was at 3138 Jeanette Holiday Road.
Yes, ma'am.
He gave you his story of what he had been doing that day. He said he woke up at 6 a.m., wife woke up at 8:30-ish, and they left going to All Goods in Camden to buy supplies for remodeling the house.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you remember that upon arrival, they were unloading, Jan and Terry Britt were unloading a tub from a truck?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you say truck, you mean a pickup truck?
Yes, ma'am.
And so you got there sometime that afternoon after approximately 2 o'clock, didn't you?
I don't remember the exact time, ma'am.
Do you see a time written on your sheet? On your handwritten notes? I couldn't find a time, but...
Ma'am, I'm struggling here. It's kind of copied over and it's hard to read, but not that I can tell, no, ma'am.
Okay. And do you remember that...
She does seem disorganized and all over. We only got a smooth moment there because they're reading a document together. I agree. I agree about the behavior too, definitely. It's kind of like all over the place. Yeah. Referring to the trial.
Deputy, you had just mentioned another deputy who was also doing checks on sex offenders. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
And that other deputy, what was his name?
Jonathan Reichard.
And Mr. Riker, and he was paired up with a second person also, wasn't he?
Ma'am, I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay.
I would say probably.
Okay. And so, do you remember that they had already been by the Britt home that morning and nobody was there?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And there's a list, a timetable that was included in all, well, I guess, officers, when they came in, then began to try to form some type of timeline and keep a record of who was doing what.
I would hope so.
And you remember that you worked pretty late that day.
I'm sure I did.
Okay. So if at 8:38 you were still out there checking sex offenders, that would make sense to you, wouldn't it?
I'm sure. I don't remember getting a whole lot of sleep there for about a week.
Okay. And that day also, you said that you had gone, you initially were at the Bobo home, but you left sometime that morning to go back to the Parsons, or the Decatur County Sheriff's Department.
The dispatch center, yes, ma'am.
And where is the Decatur County Sheriff's Department?
It's on Main Street in Decaturville. I don't know the numerical address.
Okay. So in order to get there from the Bobo home, you would have driven past the hospital, the Parsons Hospital. Is it Parsons or Decatur County Hospital?
Decatur County General Hospital.
So you would have driven past the Decatur County General Hospital going that direction?
That's one way to go, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that's the way you went that morning, isn't it?
I don't know, ma'am. I don't know which road I took. I would imagine I took that road just because it's the main thoroughfare.
Okay. If I can have one moment. No further questions, Ron.
For the director of the state. Yeah, I have a few, Judge.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I did want to put that phone call in as...
I wondered, let's put the disc in.
My foster kitty arrived and is hiding under the bed. Oh. Well, that's cute. Yeah, it's cute. They do like to hide in different places. The Moki, I got shrimp too. So we ate the same thing. I ate shrimp, and I had the turkey and the other food too, and some macaroni, and some of the pumpkin pie and stuff like that. So I had some similar food too. Yeah, shrimp is very delicious indeed.
Will be Exhibit 37.
Can we have his report put in also and his handwritten notes? He recognized them as...
I'm sorry. With regard to that, I'd address the court with regard to introducing this report. I'm getting the disc from Mr. Thompson, President.
This will be Exhibit 37.
I'll get it.
to be heard on that.
Yes, no approach.
Yes, bring that with you.
Hello, Frog. Good to see you, buddy. Howdy. Glad you hopped over here.
Two reports that have just been filed as evidence were introduced for purposes of him refreshing his recollection. They're hearsay and not to be considered for the truth of it. Okay? All right.
Which one is going to be 38?
The big one was, or the multi-page was on top, I think. And 39 is practically illegible.
Mr. Park, may I continue, Your Honor?
You may.
You told us yesterday you're not a cell phone expert.
No, sir.
That wasn't your job.
No, sir, it was not.
So I'm not going to try to make you one, okay? But did you hear...
Really, Moki? I would think there would be things on TV because of, it's right after Thanksgiving. Okay, thank you for letting us know. I don't usually always know I don't pay attention to TV much anymore, but yeah, I would have thought there'd be something on, but I guess it's a quiet night. Yeah, the judge was super rude. Yes, indeed. And he's real gruff and, like, strict. Yeah. No dateline. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. That there's, hopefully stuff will come back on soon. There's lots of, I guess schedules can shift during different holidays and different time periods. That's the way. Oh, okay, Frog, understood. Okay.
What I heard on that phone call?
Yes, sir, I did.
AT&T guy couldn't give you an address, could he?
No, sir.
He couldn't tell you Holly's phone was here?
No, sir.
At a place or on a road or anything like that?
No, sir.
Object to the leading.
No, sir, he could not.
I'll be mindful of it, Judge.
Okay.
Instead, what did he tell you?
Latitude and longitudes of possible locations.
And did you hear him mention something about, like, a radius?
Yes, sir. 4,000 kilometers, approximately 2 miles, I believe is what I heard him say.
Approximately 2 mile radius?
Yes, sir.
So you're talking about a 2 mile swatch?
Yes, sir.
And not a place or a road?
No, sir.
Did you hear him say anything about a city?
No, sir.
Did you hear him ever mention Holiday, Tennessee?
Not that I recall, no, sir.
Did you ever hear him mention Interstate 40?
Yes, sir, I did.
Do you know, you were asked where Adams Lane is?
Yes, sir.
And do you know who lives on Adams Lane?
Yes, sir, I do.
Who?
Zach Adams and his grandfather.
Adams Lane near Interstate 40?
It is, sir.
It's right there, isn't it?
It's pretty close, yes, sir.
Adams Lane near Holiday, Tennessee?
Yes, sir, it is.
Right there, right?
Yes, sir, it is.
Now, even though you aren't a cell phone expert, and they gave you these pings, they emailed you pings, right?
Yes, sir, they did.
Did you just ignore them?
No, sir. We gave the information to people that I thought would be useful to them.
Because that was your job?
Yes, sir.
Did TBI get them?
They did, yes, sir.
Highway Patrol?
Highway Patrol did also, yes, sir.
Other people responsible for trying to find them?
Other people that were trying to help us, yes, sir.
And you went about your job.
Yes, sir, I did.
There was a list of sex offenders you talked to.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
I object to believing that.
Yes, sir, there is.
That was not legally overruled.
You talked to Terry and Janet Britt.
I did, yes, sir.
You saw them that morning. Is that right?
Yes, sir. At some point during that day, I did run into them.
And you asked, you saw them doing something. Is that right?
When we...
I object
That
to
is legal.
What did you see when you encountered them?
When Deputy Pratt and I pulled up into the driveway of the Britt's home, they were outside unloading a pickup truck with some remodeling supplies to their home.
Okay. Previously, the word tub was used. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that?
A bathtub.
Okay. Stuff for the bathroom?
That's what it appeared to be, yes, sir.
Okay. Not like a big bucket or something like that?
No, sir.
You did all that after you had actually been at the crime scene where she was taken, right?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
We talked about this yesterday, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
Takes a second, Judge, sorry.
The light box, okay, here we go.
While we wait for it to warm up, did you describe for us that one of your things you did out there was put up some crime scene tape?
Yes, sir, I did.
Now, were you the crime scene officer?
I was the initial officer on scene, sir.
Do you know what I mean by that? That's when I say crime scene officer?
A tech that examines...
Absolutely.
No, sir, I'm not.
You weren't doing that?
No, sir.
You weren't taking samples of blood?
I was not.
You weren't walking every step of the crime scene, putting tape and everything?
No, sir.
I object to believing.
No.
Sustained.
Did you put some tape up, though?
I did at one point, yes, sir.
If we can just resume the lights, Judge, I'll pass him this and we can, we'll figure it out over the next break.
Okay.
My pass you what's been previously marked as Exhibit 7.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you see the tape that you put up?
I see some crime scene tape, and that's the area that I put it up. Yes, sir.
Can I approach the witness, Your Honor? My first witness. Can you show me the tape in the area that you put up?
Yes, sir. Over here next to, there's an alleyway going down the carport. All right. Over here would be the door walking down into the carport where Holly's car would have been. Just to the left of that, there was some sort of decoration, and then the door going into the main entrance of the home on the back side. I tied the tape between there, strung out through here, and back over to a brush, small tree on the back corner of this right here.
Okay. And would you agree with me that you put tape that stretched from the porch or from the carport, I guess it's more the porch than the carport, all the way across this back area to a tree or something?
I did a...
Thank you, Saw Girl. Thank you. The tree actually is up all year round for a couple of years now. It's just, it had there are some cats that liked it a couple of years ago, so we kept it up for the cats. We have Christmas trees up all year for the cats, because they like them. But yeah, thank you. I'm glad that you like the tree. Those lights have been on since 2011, I think. I don't know, if I think I'm right about that, but it's been a while. I don't want to jinx myself, but yeah, so it's been there for a while. But thank you. Thank you. You are right, it's a tree. Okie said, I bought a cat tree on sale, but from the comfort of my own home. Well, that's good. I do that too. We do that too. Yeah. I never noticed it. Cool. You're the second person in my life that I've known that does that. Oh, okay. Usually people don't do that, but oh yeah, we do. And like when I'm walking through the room, when I'm walking around at night, it lights up the room so you can see things. It's not like pitch black, so it's a good nightlight. And it's a fake tree. It's a fake Christmas tree. They both are. There's one over there, can't really see, but it's a golden light. I like the golden light on the other tree because my senior year, when I was and probably before the senior year, 10 years ago, I was sitting here. It was like that too. So she replaced it with a white light, and it was nice. But there's I like the golden one, and it's like a nostalgia thing too. But yeah, it looks very good with the room. Oh, thank you, Monkey. Okay, Michael, understood. Yeah, and the lights over here is it was a birthday display. There's one light right there that's like a theme light, and right here's a pirate. And there's a cabinet of things that you can't really, it's like a background stuff, and there's a knight right here. I'm serious. That's a knight right here. It's from Florida. Oh, nice frog, nice frog. I do like the real trees the most, especially the scent they have. Passion says, fingers crossed, nobody pleads out. I require a new trial to sustain my life force. Yeah, absolutely. Me too. Scared.
Carried it all the way across to the shed back here where you can see Clint Bobo's truck. I was trying to preserve this area just in case, because we'd already observed the blood on the carport, or in the carport, I should say, and then the spatter on the wall. So I was trying to preserve this area just in case there might have been some sort of indication of a trail of which way they had left outside of that area.
You know, the other side, it spans from some trees or something over next to the carport all the way across to the other trees.
That's correct, sir.
Okay. Would you agree with me that you didn't put any crime scene tape across the mouth of that carport?
No, sir, I did not.
If somebody put crime scene tape across the mouth of that carport, that would not have been you?
No, sir, it would not.
Might I display this to the jury room?
You know.
Just State's Exhibit number 7. You can see the crime scene tape going across the back.
Cats love those trees. Sometimes they go and attack it, and they'll jump in it. Yeah, sometimes they like to sleep in the tree or sleep under it. Yeah, definitely.
Backyard, is that right?
Yes, sir.
On both sides.
It covers up a big section of that driveway there at the end of the carport.
But you can see that you didn't put crime scene tape actually on the mouth of the carport.
No, sir. Yes, sir, you can see that.
So somebody later came on and did that, that wasn't you?
If it was there later, yes, sir, it was not me. That's all my questions, Your Honor.
Further cross.
Mr. Weber, you did not put up that crime scene tape right away, did you?
No, ma'am. I put it up after I had noticed the blood in the carport.
First thing you did when you got there was you handed Clint Bobo a form to fill out, didn't you?
No, ma'am. I spoke with Clint Bobo first. And then eventually, during our discussions, yes, ma'am, he was handed a form to fill out.
He was handed the form to fill out.
I would object this goes beyond the scope of recalls.
It does, Your Honor, because
She can.
you gave him the form to fill out after Karen Bobo arrived, before Karen Bobo arrived.
I would say that was safe to say, yes, ma'am.
And the crime scene tape was after that.
After what?
You gave him the form to fill out.
At which time? No, it'd be hard pressed to say. It all happened pretty quick within the same moments therein. Once the blood was noticed, there was several things that happened. I realized the severity of what was going on, and things started happening a lot quicker.
But once you realized the severity of what's going on, you still didn't go in the woods.
No, ma'am.
No further questions.
Sorry, sit down. You're free to go, or you can remain shorter.
Your Honor, can we have a minute to see if we can get the projector working, because our next witness, we're going to use that.
Well, let's just utilize our time. We'll take a morning recess. Follow the rules I gave you at the outset, please. No discussion. The things that are on page 1 of your notebook. Leave your notebooks with us, and we'll take 15 minutes. I said there would be no placards, no T-shirts, no stickers, things like that in support of the victim's family. I instructed the sheriff if they saw any that they were to cover those. There were some yesterday, there were some today. I don't think it's the family. I think it's well-wishers from outside. One car was Chester County, one was Madison County. So just be aware. Please cover anything that would indicate support for anyone. If you don't, the sheriff will cover it. I don't think it will be an issue because this jury is very closely guarded. They're on a bus where they can't see out, and they come directly in the courtroom, but please, if you would, be cautious about that. You folks can be seated until the jury comes in. Thank you. All right, be seated, please. I won't say anything else. Mr. Shaw, birthday yesterday.
Thank you, Judge. I
All right.
appreciate that.
I'm Friday, and we're not going to sing, okay? All right, call your next witness for the state.
The state called Special Agent Lauren James.
She'll be going in coming, okay? Raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir, I did.
Be seated, state your name, and spell first and last.
My name is Lawrence James. Lawrence, Lawrence, James, James.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Agent James.
Good morning.
You also go by Lauren, Loren.
I do.
Where do you work, Mr. James?
I'm employed with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation.
What do you do at the Bureau of Investigation?
I am a Special Agent Forensic Scientist Supervisor in the Memphis laboratory. I supervise forensic scientists as well as forensic technicians in the evidence receiving unit.
Agent James, how long have you worked with the TBI?
I've been employed with TBI since January of 1999, so a little over 18 and a half years.
Both as a special agent and as a forensic scientist?
That's right.
When did you become a supervisor of the forensic scientist?
June 2013.
Agent James, I want to ask you about your education and how you came to be a forensic.
Let me coach just a minute. Stipulate.
Yes, Your Honor.
all right, stipulate that he's an expert in the field of forensic science. You can go into whatever you want to, but I'm going to give them the opportunity, the board here, if they weren't going to stipulate.
I'll shorten it up.
Okay.
Thank you, Rob. Agent James, tell the jury, please, where you went to college.
I went to Union University.
And you graduated with what degree?
A Bachelor of Science degree in biology.
In what year?
1997.
With honors?
Yes.
And have you worked in the area of science and law enforcement pretty much since that time?
Yeah, there were a couple of years when I was flirting with grad school, but started working at TBI when I was 25.
One of the areas that you're involved in is forensic biology and DNA.
That's right.
Tell the jury how you have experience in those areas.
Yeah, my background is in forensic biology or DNA testing. I trained for approximately a year and a half under the supervision of other qualified DNA analysts at TBI. During that time, I had hands-on experience with approximately 300 cases. I also spent a lot of time in the scientific literature. I had to prepare presentations for my peers to establish my grasp of the material.
Right, Night Frog, peace. And Passion says 4 years in the industry, become a supervisor. Not bad. I also the judge cutting him off to the short expert status. Yeah. Right. A lot of turnovers. Right.
And at the end of my training, I had to complete a simulated case and defend my work in a simulated court environment. Also, during that during my training, I completed the TBI's Forensic Scientist School. This was basically it was a 6 weeks course that gave me an overview of all of the disciplines provided by TBI, specifically within the context of applying those at crime scene processing. And so when I completed that course, I was qualified by TBI to participate in the violent crime response teams for West Tennessee. So I have a slight working knowledge in some of those areas, such as microanalysis or latent print analysis. My specialization is DNA. I still do some DNA testing on a good day if I get lucky and have enough time to do some of that. I'm also required to attend a certain amount of continuing education every year. Generally, that takes the form of attending forensic conferences, or sometimes we'll bring training in-house within TBI and train our analysts within the discipline. Besides that, I've completed training. I've completed the FBI's DNA auditor program, which qualifies me to audit DNA laboratories. So that's kind of an overview of it.
Thank you, James. How many number of serological and DNA examinations have you conducted over your time as a special agent forensic scientist with the TBI?
I stopped counting a long time ago. It's at least thousands, if not tens of thousands of tests.
Have you ever been qualified as an expert in courts in Tennessee in forensic serology and DNA analysis?
Yes, sir, I have.
How many times?
I believe I'm at about 95 times right now.
You know, there's been a stipulation as to his qualifications, but I would tender him as an expert at this time.
He's 96 now, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. Agent James, you talked about the violent crime response team. Tell us some more about that.
So TBI provides, we offer the service of violent crime response team for West Tennessee. Generally, that entails responding to violent crimes. Over 90% of those, I would guess, are either homicides or officer-involved shootings. Essentially, what we do is we go into the scene that has been made secure by the local agencies. We document in various forms, such as video, photography, things of that nature, sketches, and we'll also collect evidence search the scene for any evidence that we can find, package it, bring it back to the laboratory for testing, things like that. And then after the scene is over, the team leader generates a narrative of what we did and provides that to the investigators.
Agent James, I want to take you back to April 13, 2011. Were you one of the leaders of the violent crime response team on that day?
I was.
And were you dispatched to the Bobo home at 681 Swan Johnson Road in Decatur County, Tennessee?
I was.
Please tell the jury what you did that day.
The laboratory supervisor at the time called me that morning. He told me that to get in contact with Brent Booth, one of our TBI agents. I called Brent. He told me that there had been a young lady who had been abducted, and that they had already done some searching of the scene, but they wanted specialized forensic assistance. And so I got 3 of my co-workers, and we drove to Decatur County.
What did you do when you arrived at 681 Swan Johnson Road?
I was briefed by Terry Dykes. He gave me an overview of what he knew, of what they believed had happened, and he told me that my team's job was specifically to focus on the garage area. That was where Holly Bobo's car was, and there was believed to be some probably important evidence in that area. He told me that her brother had observed Holly being led towards the woods behind her house with a man in camouflage, and Terry told me that they had already searched that area for footprints, and of course my team, we still went back there and looked for anything. We were looking for blood, we were looking for shoe prints, anything like that, but we were primarily we were concerned with the area of the garage, and later did some work inside the house as well.
Were pictures taken of the surroundings, so to speak?
Yes, photography and video were both collected.
Approach with.
Yes,
I want him to look at it first. Agent James, I'm going to pass you what's been previously marked as Exhibits 3 through 13 and ask if you can identify those. Recognize those?
I do.
What are those?
These are photographs of the Bobo property.
May I go back? I'll put these on the overhead now. Agent James, I'll tell you that the jury's already seen these, but I want to run through them if I could. Ask you to identify exhibit, first one's Exhibit 3.
Shoot, we're getting good with these lights.
Once I got the projector turned on.
I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about in here.
What is that?
That's a photograph of the Bobo home taken from approximately the road leading up their driveway.
Next exhibit, please. What's that?
It's a photograph of the front door, the entrance to the Bobo home.
These are as they look on April 13, 2011.
Yes.
Next, please. What's that, Agent James?
This is a photograph taken from behind the house on roughly the north end, taken from a bird's eye view, looking down at the garage floor. You can see 2 steps up at the top of the frame. that are steps leading between the back door of the residence and the garage. And basically, you can also see the Mustang over in the lower left-hand corner. It's our car. So these were presumed blood drops, later confirmed to be blood.
I want to pass you forward 12 pictures and ask if you can identify them as well. Can I use this one? I'm sorry. The next one, please. Let me, before you look at that, James, this is another, what is this, Exhibit 20?
This is another photograph taken from the south looking north. The steps leading up to the back door are at the far end of the frame. Obviously, Holly Boba's vehicle is in the frame. And it basically shows, at least it gives an idea of the proximity of various where blood evidence was located at the scene.
Okay.
You can see. Do you have a laser pointer?
I do.
So basically, these approximately right here is where the blood drops are, end on the south end of that carport area, and there was blood droplets going. There was a fairly large pool right here, and there was some up on the step as well. And so this photograph just kind of gives an area, a representation of the area where the blood was contained.
Thanks, sir. Now we'll turn to those additional pictures. You recognize those, Agent James?
I do.
What are those generally?
These are photographs that were taken in the carport area.
I was taking ask those be admitted into evidence as separately numbered exhibits as we have done with the other pictures.
All right, it'd be 40 through 51.
Your Honor, I did share those with the defense as well. Commissioner Publish, Your Honor.
Is that correct through 51?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I publish, Your Honor. I publish those exhibits.
You may.
Thank you. Agent James, we're now looking at Exhibit 40. Could you tell us what we see here?
This is a photograph of Holly Bobo's vehicle as it was when I arrived on the scene.
And again, you took pictures of a number of areas of the house and the outside and what you believe to be the crime scene.
That's right.
Next, please. Let's turn that. This is Exhibit 41. Agent James, what do we see here?
This is a photograph again of Holly's car parked in the carport, and basically just giving kind of a proximity of how close it was to the walls.
Were you interested in anything about the surface of the carport?
Well, yeah, definitely. We were the carport had a good bit of dust, dirt that had blown in, and so it was potentially a good surface for shoe prints, and that was definitely something that we wanted to be mindful of. And also too, just the fact that it's close to the walls. You know, when you're working crime scenes, you work with what you've got. You make intuitive decisions. There was also definitely an aspect that as close as that vehicle was to the walls, you know, someone may have brushed up against the vehicle or brushed up against the walls. Maybe, you know, maybe left a handprint or, you know, put their hand on the car. I mean, obviously the fact that blood is there indicates there was probably some sort of struggle. And so all of that kind of factors into our decision making is when we're looking for potential evidence.
Next, please. What do we see here?
This is a photograph of Holly's car taken from the far side of the carport or garage area.
Next, please. This one, sir?
That's a photograph taken from the front driver's side corner of the bumper. It was relevant because there was a good amount of dust on the car. I mean, the car had some dirt on it, and which was good for us because we could see where contact had been made to it. And so there was an area on that corner where the dust had been brushed off, where something had obviously made contact with it. And so hopefully, you know, it could have been anything. It could have been a you know, the side of someone's leg, but it could have been a hand as well that that knocked that dust off. And so that ended up being, I ended up taking a swabbing of it in the hopes that someone had put their hand down on it or something like that.
Next, please. Agent James, this is Exhibit 44. What did you see here?
This is a photograph that was taken of a partial shoe print that we located in the garage. It's got a ruler in it because the idea is that before we try to lift shoe prints, we try to photograph, you know, with high quality, you know, high resolution camera for the purposes of comparing if we have any shoes that become submitted later, so that we can make a comparison whether to eliminate or include as a possible source of that shoe print.
The fact that there is a ruler there, trying to get a more specific or precise measurement.
That's right. Yeah, it's the ruler is in there. It is placed in the photograph so that there can be a one-to-one comparison if you actually get a shoe submitted at a later point. I said we earlier. I'm referring. We have a specific unit in our national laboratory that specializes in microanalysis and items such as shoe tracks or tire tracks.
Was this picture taken with the camera on a tripod?
Yes, it is.
Next picture. What do we see here in Exhibit 45?
This is another some sort of print that I thought might have been a shoe. We saw this pattern. There's kind of like a crosshatch pattern, and I saw that pattern a couple of places on the garage floor.
You're showing it.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
State that again.
Yeah, so I believed that this was a shoe track that I observed on the garage floor, and this was, I believe we saw this in a couple of locations, and so it was just an attempt to photograph it, hopefully obtain something of for comparison purposes.
Do you have any observations, conclusions here about the condition of the floor?
Well, just that the floor of the garage was quite dirty, for better or worse.
Yes, please. This is exhibit 40, I can't say, 46? 46. Please tell the jury what you see here.
Again, this is a photograph of a possible shoe track.
Look like pebbles or rocks or little stones on the floor.
Yeah, you can see dirt. I mean, obviously that track appears to be in dust.
Next, please. This is exhibit 47. Tell the jury what you saw here.
Again, this is a photograph, and I'll be honest with you. Just looking at the photograph, I'm not sure if there was any part of a shoe print there. It definitely looks like something went through that dirt or dust that that disturbed what was there. But ultimately, just looking at the photograph, I couldn't tell you right now if I think that's a shoe track or not. I think it's ultimately just documentation that somebody was moving through the. There was movement in and out of the garage.
Again, what conclusions do you have about the condition of the floor?
Again, there were areas where there was a lot of dirt.
Next, please. This may be a little bit similar to what you saw earlier in one of the other exhibits. This is exhibit 48 with what is that? What are we seeing here?
So again, this is a slightly zoomed in photograph of what I showed you earlier. You can't see the stairs very well anymore, but it's basically a photograph that contains most of the blood evidence that I observed around the vehicle.
That's the front of the car?
Yes, this is the front fender on the left.
Where are the steps?
For the bumper, I mean.
Where are the steps?
The steps are, that concrete is the bottom, and I guess that's the first step right there.
Thank you. Next, please. Agent James, this is exhibit 49, and there's some Post-it notes on there. Are those yours?
I did add those Post-it notes.
They weren't in the original picture?
No.
What was in the original picture?
So this is a photograph taken slightly from above. This is the step right here. First step. Holly Bobo's car is right here. It's the bumper, and this is the wall of the house. And so basically, I was trying to give an overhead shot again of the blood evidence that I observed at the scene.
This is looking down on the other side of the car, still in the front, kind of on top of the step.
Yes. It's a little bit awkward. It's definitely not parallel with the ground, but I was doing the best I could standing on the stairs.
And those groupings have some importance with respect to your scientific testing later, do they not?
That's right.
I'll come back to those. Let's see the next one. Let's see the next one. This is exhibit 50. Again, those are Post-it notes you put on there.
That's right.
Tell the jury what this view is.
So this is the stair going up to the back porch. The wall would be on this side of the photograph. The vehicle would be on the left side of the photograph. This is a zoomed in area. There was a pool of reddish brown stain that was close, within a couple of inches or so of the stair, a few inches of the stair. And there are also some other blood stains in this view. This one became, it caught my eye, and I can explain that later.
Well, let's go to the next exhibit.
Okay.
Is that the one that caught your eye?
It did.
You're looking at exhibit 51 here?
That's right.
What is that? That's again your posted note.
Yeah, that's ended up being reported out on my report as Exhibit 1E. Basically, it's a blood stain that it appeared different from a lot of the other stains. Many of the blood stains appeared to be drops that were on the floor of the garage. This one looked like a smear. There were also, I don't know how well you can see it, this photograph is pretty, its focus isn't the best, but there was one spot down here, and then this kind of an extended, it's almost like that the stain together looked like an exclamation point. But the thing that stood out to me was that there were like striations or lines that were observed. They looked as if some sort of pattern had been impressed on that stain. I don't know. I called it ridge detail because I've got that terminology in my head from latent print examination, but ultimately it looks to me like striations from fabric, like denim or I don't know. I think my khaki pants that I wear to work most days tend to have striations in them that are real subtle, but they look like that.
Striations is a big word. Is that kind of like pattern?
Yeah. Just parallel lines.
We're going to come back to the blood in just a moment. I'm going to ask you a question about 2 more photos. My standing approval to approach.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll show you 2 more pictures and ask you.
Yes.
What are those?
These are photographs that were taken of Holly Bobo's car.
Do you recall if these were taken the next day?
They were taken the next day.
No, the state would ask that these be admitted into evidence as the next 2 exhibits.
52 and 53.
I published those, Your Honor.
You may.
This is Exhibit 52, Agent James. That's the same Mustang
It is.
in the garage, the carport the next day?
It is.
It was in the same spot?
Yes.
And what are you doing here? What were you trying to do?
So I'd been called back to the scene around involving a possible, what appeared to be a latent print on the hood. And so this is a photograph of the front passenger side fender near, the area of where the hood kind of curves down onto the side of the vehicle. And yeah, I think the next photograph will explain it.
Next, please.
It'll be kind of self-explanatory. So there were.
Is this the hood?
This is the hood. You can see the wheel well down here, and this line right here is the hood. And there was a smear area right here, but you can see it's not small. It's large, and likewise here you can see where the dust kind of, like on this side the dust was totally wiped off. On this side, it was just disturbed a little bit, and there's a smear in there, and it very much looked to be like a palm-size smear. There was even ridge detail that was observable in it.
I guess to say it the easy way, you responded to the scene that day, and the next day took pictures, took samples, and did crime scene investigation. And you also acted as a scientist after that, correct?
That's right.
We'll go back up Exhibit 49. Exhibit 49 has these posted notes that may not be entirely clear, but when the jury gets it in the jury room, they'll see Tell them, what will they see?
Okay. So, obviously blood evidence can be a valuable tool in terms of, examining crime scenes and examining evidence. There was a good amount of blood here at this scene. My approach generally, I'm speaking for myself and most of the people that I work with, we don't process every blood drop we see. We don't swab them individually. I might have had 50 or 60 blood drops here. My approach, number one, I'll just give you my mindset. The importance or the significance of blood evidence is to establish who was at a crime scene, who was bleeding at a crime scene. Obviously, if you've got a victim of a violent crime, a reasonable assumption is your victim is very possibly going to be bleeding at the scene. That's the case in the vast majority of the crime scenes I respond to. At the same time, my goal is to seek to put someone else, a possible perpetrator, at a scene using DNA evidence. And so my approach here was to group these blood droplets, the blood stains, into manageable group sizes that would allow me to cover most of what is represented here, to test most of it, and at the same time not spend the next 6 months analyzing blood drops on the garage floor. So what I did was group these into 5 different areas and collect a representative sampling of blood droplets from those areas. I told you earlier about the shape that looked like an exclamation point. It looked like something had been pressed into it and left the striations or the pattern in it. I sampled that one separately just because I thought it was interesting. My feeling was either somebody knelt down onto a blood drop and smeared it a little bit, or it was already on somebody's clothing and they knelt down and transferred it onto the ground. Either way, it was a different stain than most of the drops that I observed.
Now, which one is that?
So you can't see it very well in this photograph, but it's roughly in this area right. Actually, I can't see it. It's right there.
Is that 1E?
That's it. That's 1E. Yeah. I called it swab number 5 in my original notes, and when it got submitted to the laboratory, it became Exhibit E. And I believe my report says area with ridge detail. It's a swab from the floor of the garage. It says area of ridge detail. There was another area. The first stain that I collected was roughly this area right here that encompassed this large pool right here. I mean, that was a fist size approximately blood stain. So not just a couple of drops.
That's 1A?
That's 1A. And I called it a large stain on my report just to clarify. There was another grouping. The second swabbing that I took was a grouping of what appeared to be blood drops that were over close to the wall. Again, thinking maybe if 2 people are scuffling in this area, maybe if both of them are bleeding or whatever, maybe one person's blood might be over here versus right here. And so I took a sample right here that became Exhibit 1B in my report. It's just swabs from floor of garage near wall. The third grouping was this far. This is the grouping that's the furthest south. It roughly lines up with about the middle of the hood. I mean, that license plate on the front of her vehicle is a pretty good estimate of where those fell in the scheme of that area. And so I called that swabbing ended up being Exhibit 1C, swab from floor of garage, south end of the pattern. And then the fourth stain, there was a grouping that was kind of in this middle area, and you can't see it very well. I was kind of disappointed how the photographs came out, but there was a stain up here on the step as well, a good sized stain, and so I swabbed that area along with those. So that was my fourth grouping, and I called that swab from floor of garage stairs.
So let me see if I can summarize. This area is the area that had the placard with number 1 on it.
Right.
And you took 5 different swabs, 1A, B, C, D, and E.
That's right.
Tell the jury what it means to be taking a swab.
Well, we use cotton swabs. They're glorified Q-tips on a wooden stick. Swab on one end, just put some sterilized water on it to wet it, and then swab the surface of the area. In this case, blood droplets.
Pass you a. Let me turn the lights back on.
Okay.
Pass you a pick a bag and ask if you can identify this. Leave those. Need some scissors?
You want me to open them? Yeah, that'd be great. I do recognize the package.
What is it?
This bag contains the swab samples that I collected from the floor of the garage.
Those are the samples you collected and then ultimately tested.
That's right.
In the same condition that you took them in.
That's right.
Are those samples?
Yes, they are in here.
That's those 5?
Yes.
State would ask that the bag and its contents be marked and admitted into evidence as an exhibit.
Exhibit 54.
Agent James, let me go ahead and get that marked and then we'll proceed. Your Honor, may Agent James just hold these up and post them. Told you to keep gloves on. Just pull them out and show them to the jury.
It'll be all right. So basically, what I did was I've broken the sticks off of them, but every one of these contains a pair of swabs, and some of them still have a good bit of sample left, and some of them are, I believe they're mostly consumed on one of them or something like that. But basically, every one of these little plastic petri dishes contains a pair of swabs, and most of them have some reddish brown stain on them.
Yeah, so with the coins, which I read, the worst thing about the coin collection is display boxes they make are always high gloss and solid. You can't see through them, and they have hinge lids so they don't stay open. Yeah, there's all kinds of different ways they could be displayed. There, and I'm not completely familiar with that. I know about that, but the things that I've seen more is, yeah, and Passion says, yeah, I know I could go down a whole sidetrack and get custom display racks as well. Yes, the coins, but it's not fun. It's no fun. Oh, understood. And the cards may seem more appealing. Now, I do think, usually the coins that people will have that I see now, depending on the type of metal it is, some gold, some silver, and other metals too, as I told you a moment ago, they put them in the capsules. And it's like you kind of see through it. You could display it in like a transparent case. I guess they have those, and you could, because you want to see both sides, because there's a way you could see like both sides of it. But yeah, it could be difficult to display them in some situations. And okay, Michael, understood. And let's see, yeah, I could go down the whole sidetrack and get custom display racks. Yeah, as well as the coin, but it's not fun. Yeah, it seems like it's more of a job than a hobby in a way. Yeah, I see coins. Some coins that I think are cool is if somebody gets like a little chest or a little box. It'll look kind of like how they did in the old days with the pirate days, and that's something I think personally is cool. And there is these, as I said, the transparent cases are just putting it in storage. But yeah, it basically sits on a shelf, and those with precious metals can go up over time. They've been going up a lot recently. Silver's nearly at 60, gold's at 4K. So the metals themselves go up in value, but then there's also coins with other types of value to it where it can, not that the money part's important, but it's just there's collectors that like certain coins. Like there's some coins that could be more expensive than the content of the metal. But yeah, it depends on what people are interested in, and sometimes it could be more of a job than a hobby. Yeah, now with playing cards, I grew up with some of you may have grown up with this or seen it. There is Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! I was really into Yu-Gi-Oh! I like Pokemon too. But a lot of people are not really into Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, people are into Yu-Gi-Oh! But not a lot of people talk about it as much as Pokemon, but I like both. So that was the playing card. There's some Pokemon cards allegedly that could buy you a house. So it depends on the circumstances of the matter. With playing cards, I can shuffle them, amuse myself, and now throw them at people. Do a magic trick, and they're easy to display. Oh, now, the playing cards of, like, poker cards, which is kind of silly for me to say, but it's not silly, but, the type you play Goldfish with. Oh, I love those types of cards. Now, I actually collect those a lot, those types of cards, where you have, for instance, I think it's called Bic cards. I don't think that's what it is. Or bicycle. It's the cards. The material is so fine. It's such a good material. And it has nice texture to it. And the images on them look so HD. And remember we used to play Battle and a couple of other card games with those. And there's other generic cards that were also good. But they're more smooth and a little bit smaller, more newer looking. So there's different vintage. So some I thought looked more vintage or old-fashioned. Others looked more modern-looking. There's playing cards they all have different backs to them. The behind the cards have different types of designs. I like the designs on the cards. You can like get a whole. It's like basically the same thing but different designs on them. I liked There's this one card that I liked, this set of cards that was very old, and it looked very, very, like, from a long time ago. I liked it. It looked, to me, it wasn't medieval, but it looked medieval looking. It was from many, 70 years ago probably, or something like that. It was remember the little box it had was kind of worn out and disintegrating, but the cards are in there and they worked. So yeah, I like those cards too. Passion said, "Yeah, I like the texture of bicycle cards. If you ever see a Kobag brand deck in the world, try that. They feel too cool too." I've never heard of this. All right, if these are the PCs we're looking at before, and I'm going to look this up. I've not seen this. Okay, let's see. That I like the image on this because it's like you look at this image and you see the ace. It's nice and blue and it like stands out and it's really like vibrant. It's I like that. Yeah, I definitely have to get a pair of these. Oh, the colors. I like the light blue and the red and the thank you, Shaza. That looks like it's going to be a fun deck of cards to have. Of course, I like the Joker card too. I always was fascinated by the Joker card because of the Batman, and it was like a card everyone would toss aside, and I didn't really understand, but it's used in certain games. I knew the reason before, but I don't. I know it has to do with certain games, but yeah, it's something that's not used often, or at least I didn't use often. And yeah, so bicycle. Yeah, the bicycle is my favorite. And then I remember one night I was watching Mission Impossible, the TV show, back in I watch it now, but it was like back in 2012, and I got these cards and I was playing around with them in different games, and there was this episode where they were at a chess game, and they had these very big clunky computers to try to figure out the different moves on the board. So on the board, they would try to tell the different people, like their people, which one was which. And I liked, it may have been a card game too. It may have been a card game over chess. I may be not remembering that right. And that was so cool that you could use cards or something or a chess. And there was like some spy thing behind it. I like that. Passion says, I remember watching YSL Trial thinking about a custom deck. Ganville as the Joker. Hilton as the Queen of Hearts. Thug as Jack of Diamonds. I like that. That makes sense. Makes sense. Good one. And Ganville's the Joker. And the other one's the Queen of Hearts. And Thug as Jack of Diamonds. Yes. I like him as a Jack of Diamonds. Yeah. He certainly would be. And very accurate. I like those types of depictions. And because it was like a card game. That trial was a card game. He certainly was a Joker. Glanville. He was a Joker. He put a attorney in contempt. I remember that. I just go to casino and ask them for a couple of used decks. Oh, Michael, I never thought of that before about using decks, asking them for decks. Because when you ask them for, I never would have thought of that. I guess they would do that, hypothetically. It's, they go through different decks and it's cards they don't really use anymore. So that is nice to know. Okay, and all right, those are some other ones. I like that is like a very good design right there. I like how the aces are upside down. With the yin yang looking types theme to it. Because I think a product itself, the packaging the box, everything is essential for the user experience. And like say like with the Apple computers or Apple devices, their unboxing and the way you unbox something, that is like an experience in itself. So I can admire this type of packaging they do. Michael said they cut one of the corners off so they can't be used in the casino. Oh. Okay. I didn't know that. Thank you for that information. Okay. And when someone's collecting something, it's essential to do a collection that you like to do. And you have fun with. That's the most important thing. So this is a design. I like the flowers. Let's see. Let's see their Joker card. Ha. Yeah, that is such a cool design. I always look for Jokers because everyone has like a different design on them. I remember from the Batman from '05, and it was like the Batman, but like in a real movie, and that was just it's interesting to see a movie. Then it's like you're watching it from like the older shows or a cartoon, then you see it in a movie. It's pretty cool. Yeah, because as I said in this, you can see they have different variations of the Joker card. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to, since it slipped my memory, I'm going to see what it was used for exactly. Oh, okay, Passion. Okay. Let's see, and let's see, looking this up. Oh, nice. Yeah, that is cool. Passion knows about the coolest decks of cards. Oh, these designs. I like this gothic imagery. Yeah, it's like it's a piece of art. And the box itself is a piece of art too. Yeah, just a shout out to the makers that like put so much detail into these. Okay, and those are the Joker. I remember my first card game was Goldfish. Oh, or Go Fish. When I was little, I mixed that up. It was like Go Fish, not Goldfish. I think that a lot of the time I got that mixed up because I always thought of Goldfish the snack, but it's like, oh, Go Fish. It's a and there was other ones I knew about as I was growing up. Let's see. Okay, let's see their Joker. Nice. You have any twos, goldfish? Okay, a Joker card can symbolize taking a leap of faith, new beginning, which is not what I was meaning, but that is one of the meanings of it. But that's like a symbolic meaning. But let's see what in the games it means, because I want to refresh my memory about this. Right. Wild card proposal in poker or rummy. Like rum, but with MY in it. In games like rummy or certain poker variants, the Joker is a powerful wild card that can represent anything, completely changing the outcome. Execution. Before the game, replace a standard Joker. Or Aristocrat is the brand my casinos use. Oh, okay. Let's see. Propose, not propose. No. Purpose, not propose. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, let's see. Aristocrat. Okay, nice. Nice. My commentary about these cards is that I like the dark red and the dark colors with the white. I like that. That's nice. And let's see the backs. Oh, that's nice decoration. Let's see. Yes, nice Chucky hearts. Okay, so yes, nice chunky hearts. In the game of Rummy, the certain poker variant, the Joker is a powerful wild card that can represent anything, completely changing the outcome. Execution. Hey, Greg, good to see you, buddy. Execution. Before the game, replace the standard Joker with the custom made card that has "Will you marry me" written on the print on the. That's something. Okay, and let's see. Engagement ring. The moment to play the game as normal when the custom Joker card is. Hello, Crypt Keeper. Oh, good to see you. Yeah, poker. Only worth game playing is poker. Yes. Okay. All right, and play the game as normal when the custom Joker card is drawn. Played, it becomes the wild card that completes a winning card. A life together provides the natural in-game moment of transition to propose. I played Eureka. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. Yeah. Okay. So the Joker hazard setup. Execution. The rig deck. So a specific card is drawn or dealt to form a proposal themed comic strip, such as the panel showing a person on one knee, a ring on the phrase you will marry me. Let's see, the moment when the cards are laid down and strip is revealed, the person can propose. This works best in a small group setting, perhaps with the close friends of the family who are in the plan. Okay. You always called it puker. Okay. Yeah. All right. Pictionary or Charad's clue. The idea involves a group game where the Joker is pre-arranged secret word, a phrase, an execution to coordinate with the other players, friends, family, to ensure they all draw, act out wedding-themed items when it's their turn. The partner won't suspect a thing as everyone else gets normal words. The moment when it's a partner's turn, give them the Joker clue, will you marry me, or the proposal, as the attempt to draw an act of proposal can be made, and there's a magic trick reveal. So I always like magic tricks. They're kind of confusing sometimes what they can be. Because but there's always a trick to it, that reveals it. Okay. Execution. Use a magic trick product like framed by Joker Magic or a simpler sleight of hand. The trick's prediction or final reversal should be the custom Joker card with a proposal message. Which card is it, Crypt? That is one of the books I'm reading. Oh, that's nice. Nice. And let's see, the execution proposal message. Use a magic trick, the product like framed or a simpler sleight of hand. A trick is prediction or final reveal should be custom Joker card with proposed message. All right. And the moment first to the 9th Air Cav Sun Air Mobile. Nice. Okay. The moment perform the trick is part of the game night. When the final card or prediction is revealed, it's time to propose. Hello, Psychosocial. Welcome. Welcome you and the Crypt Keeper. I know those two from another stream where Creature Feature, I've not been there in a very, very long time, but which I need to at some point visit them, is where they show, it's my friends from a horror movie group, they show a lot of old horror movies. Yeah. It's, one of my, as you all know, I like horror a lot. We talked about it quite a bit on Halloween. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Psycho. You're welcome. I haven't. Let's see. Passion says the AI thinks you want to ask marriage using a Joker card. Yes, the AI thinks I want to use a Joker card for marriage. Right. No, Passion isn't an Indian. I don't think. I don't know for sure, but I don't think Passion's an Indian. All right. Okay, and the game Chase, the Joker person left holding the Joker card at the end loses. Dirty country, don't go. All right, I don't know what you're talking about, Crypt Keeper, but we have to calm down. All right, it's with my alien knowledge, I am not too sure which country you're referring to. And scared. Okay. Execution. Arrange the game so that one intentionally ends up with the Joker card, and back on the Joker card can have questions written. Psycho reads tarot cards. Tarot cards. Yeah, I personally don't read those. I mean, it's not my thing, but interesting to know. Okay. Execution. Arrange the game so that one intentionally ends with the Joker card. The back Joker card can be the question written on it. Ring can be presented when the losing card revealed. And Passion says, all countries have beautiful and awful sections there on Earth. Yes, I agree with you, Passion, about that, yes. Okay. The moment as tarot to be exact. Okay, the tarot cards, okay. The moment as the loser revealed the turn premise on the head by saying, is the game one is happy. Okay. Alright, Passion says, Tarot was based off a game originally. We added meaning to it in our own. We have habit of doing that. Okay, thank you, Passion. Yeah, I heard that it was something different originally, and then they switched it to something else. Okay, let's see the other part of this. It's Joker playing card game. Let's see. Be more specific. Alright, let's see. The Crypt Keeper says, show us how you weren't afraid to die. Not all martyrs see divinity, but at least you tried. Okay. So, basically, I think that it's important to try and to not go down without a fight. And, because every day, it's good to live it as the last day of your life. And those that are remembered throughout history are those that stood for something. And even if people feel fear, the bravery is when people go and act on it, even in spite of the fear they may feel. Okay. Joker card is a versatile element in many popular games, functioning most commonly as wild cards or high trump cards, significantly altering the gameplay and strategy. Games where the Joker is a wild card. Let's see if it's going to be what I'm thinking it is and not some other thing. Okay. Function. The Jokers are used as wild cards to form impure sequences, runs of the same suit, or sets the cards of the same rank but different suits. Impact. They significantly increase a player's chances of completing their hand and are useful for discarding high-value cards. And the function. Both Jokers are deuces, twos, and wild cards used for mending. Right. Impact. Jokers are highly valuable, typically worth 50 points in melding. Poker function. In some variations, the 5-card draw or pie-go poker, often called a bug. The Joker can act limited wild card, usually only to complete straights, flushes, or as an ace. In the home games, players may agree to use it as fully wild cards. Crazy Eights. The function, some variations use the Joker as a skip card, forcing the next player to lose their turn. Games where the Joker is a trump card or point card. In the other games, the Joker has a specific powerful rank or value rather than acting as a substitute. And here's Eureka, I think that's how you pronounce it, and 500. Function. The Joker was originally invented for, probably pronouncing it wrong, Eureka to serve as the highest trump card, known as the best bower. Impact. Alright, let's see. Grub Peeper, do you really want to play with dark arts? I truly can show you how to summon after killing many people, deleting people. A defined piece for myself, and the witch psycho who taught me the dark arts. Game only if you're serious. I am personally not into that kind of stuff. I'm just enjoying my hanging out in my spaceship in space at the moment. I decline that. Okay. I'm okay. I have a life in Christ. Only life that I need. And most powerful cards in the game of 500, which is based on Eureka, it retains this role. Okay. Do you diz the fight of the landlord function? The game uses the two jokers typically. It is certainly a concerning tone. I agree with you, absolutely. I certainly agree with that. Let's go here and just be like, alright, and boom. Alright, so now we'll continue. Let's see, the function, the game uses the two jokers typically, a colored big joker and a black, white, little joker. Impact, they are highest value individual cards, and playing both jokers together, bomb. And only unbeatable move to the game. Function, the jokers can be point cards in some variations and are often marked as high-lows, with one outranking the other. Alright, function. The goal is to avoid being the player left with solidarity with a joker card in the end of the game. The impact, the player with a joker loses the rounds. This opposite of games where the joker is powerful asset. Alright, and Frog says, I rebuke all evil in chat. In the name of Jesus Christ, the Lord rebuke you, Satan. Now get out. Amen, Frog, I agree. I mean, I'm not into that stuff. I don't mind satirical joking around or dark stuff in movies and things like that, but I'm not into that kind of thing. Right. So that is over with. We won't have that problem. Alright. Alright, show me a diagram of the card's origin. Alright, so this is a diagram of the card's origin. Here is a visual timeline of the Joker playing cards. Origin, which developed from high-value Eureka cards into the unique card found in modern decks today. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so that is different variations of these cards, as you can see. Alright, let's see when the Joker card was invented. Joker card was invented in the U.S. early 1860s as a supreme trump card from the game Eureka. The first illustrated card of its kind, initially called the Imperial Bower, was introduced by the American card maker Samuel Hart in 1863. The term Joker became commonly used shortly after, likely corrupted of Joker spill name of German Eureka. Okay. Alright, let's see how the Joker's role from specific high rank trump cards, and Eureka, a flexible wild card that can represent various cards in other games, adding versatility and unpredictability. Joker was invented specifically for Eureka in 1860s, where he had a fixed powerful function, the highest trump card. It was the best bower of Imperial Bower, an Anglicized German term, the single most powerful card in the deck, outranking all the other trumps. Passion says, we come full circle. My go-to game was indeed the origin of the Joker, Eureka. Snoker. Pronounced like Snoker. Snooker. Okay. Understood. Fixed value. It did not act as a wild card form combinations, but as superior fixed trump card that belonged to no suit yet mastered all suits when trump was declared. All right. Poker. Interesting. All right. When the Joker was introduced to poker around 1875, initially called Mystigris, its role adapted to suit the game's mechanics. Wildcard. It became a true wildcard, allowing a player to substitute it for any other card, indeed, to complete a winning hand like a straight or a flush. Variant use. It is not a standard card in most official poker games, but it's widely used in home games, and specific variations like 5-card draw or pie go poker, which might be restricted to just completing straights, flushes, or being an ace, known as a bug. Packs began consistently including 2 jokers in the late 1940s, specifically from the game of canasta, where it has a specific wild function and point value. Wild card and point value. Like deuces, twos, joker are wild cards used to form melds sets of 7 cards of the same rank. High point value. The jokers are highly valuable, counting for 50 points final score of meld as opposed to 20 of the deuce. And of course, it's pronounced snooker, by the way. Okay, let's see snooker explained. Let's see, explained. Alright, snooker is a popular 4-player trick-taking card game played in 2-person teams, typically using 24-card deck consisting of 9s through aces of all the 4 suits. The objective is the first team to reach 10 points by winning a major of the tricks rounds of card play in each hand. The most important elements of snooker is the trump suit, which changes every hand and creates a unique card ranks. The deck, only 9 to 10 jack, queen, king, ace of each suit are used. The bowers, when a trump suit is established, the 2 highest ranking cards are the bowers. The right bower. The jack of the trump suit is highest card in the game. Left bower, the jack of the same color as a trump suit. Jack of clubs, spades is trump because the second highest trump card and treated is part of the trump suit, not its original suit. Normal rank. Ace high, king, queen, jack, unless the left bower 10 to 9. Dealing and bidding, naming trump. They're making it sound so simple. The strategy, alien, the strategy, hours on end. Okay, so the hours on end strategy is longer than it looks. Okay, understood. 5 cards are dealt to each of the 4 players. The top card of the remaining deck, the kitty, is flipped up, proposing the potential trump suit. Players starting to the left of the dealer can either order it up, accepting the suit as trump for their team, or pass. If a player orders it up, dealer picks up the face of the card and discards another card from their hand. That suit is now trump the team. The team that ordered it up are the makers. Everyone passes the face up card, is turned down, and a second round of bidding begins where players can name any of the suit trump except one that passed on. The first player is to name a suit sets the trump. A player who is confident that they can win all 5 tricks may also declare that they are going alone, in which case their partner sits out on hand. Okay, playing tricks. Player of the dealer's left leads to the first card. Play processed. Proceeds. Clockwise. Players must follow suit if they have a card of the suit that was led. If a player cannot follow suit, they can play any other card, including a trump card. The highest card of the suit led to wins trick unless a trump card is played, in which the case highlights trump card wins. The winner of the trick leads to next tricks. Case scoring. The hand ends after the 5 tricks are played. Mark makers. The team named trump score 1 point for winning the 3 to 4 tricks, to 2 points winning, or 5 tricks marching. If the makers fail to win at least 3 tricks, they are snookered, and opposing team defenders score 2 points. If a player goes alone and wins all 5 tricks, their team scores 4 points. Okay, and let's see. Poker explained. Poker face explained in the game. Alright, so in poker, a poker face is deliberate, neutral face expression and overall body language designed to conceal players' emotions, intentions, and strength or weakness of their hand. It is a crucial strategic tool used to prevent opponents from picking up on involuntary signals called tells. Primarily goal of the poker face is information, control, and deception, key elements of poker strategy. Hiding hand strength. A player with a strong hand tries to look indifferent or even disappointed to encourage the other players to stay in the pot or call their bets. Conversely, a player with a weak hand bluffing tries to protect the confidence of the neutral demeanor of the force of the fold. Preventing tells. A tell is an unconscious change in the person's behavior, rapid breathing, shaking hands, avoiding eye contact, smiling, or finding clips revealed. Reveals information about their hand. A poker face aims to eliminate these giveaways. Alright, psychological advantage. Maintaining composure and an unreliable demeanor can be intimidating, making opponents feel uncertain and pressured to make mistakes in their decision making. How to maintain a poker face. A neutral expression. The most common approach is a relaxed, blank, emotionless expression. Lips are kept together, jaw muscles relax. Consistent behavior. Successful players act the same way regardless of the cards they are holding. Consistency and posture, eye contact, and speed of their actions is key to avoid patterns that opponents can exploit. Control body language. The players are mindful in their whole body, avoiding fidgeting. You give yourself away in poker. Oh, really? Parents opponents to exploit the control body language. Players are mindful their whole body, avoiding fidgeting, bouncing feet, or sudden movements that might indicate a nervous or excitement. Using props, many players use sunglasses, hoodies, or caps to cover parts of their face and minimize the number of tells their opponents can observe. Ultimately, poker face helps level the playing field of information and turns the game into a contest of psychological skill and much of card strategy. Alright, now going to the other window. Alright. Okay, everybody, so I want to say that is going to be all for this stream tonight. We completed everything, and I want to thank you all for being here, hanging out with me. And everybody, take care. Thank you, Passion and Chat, for chilling with us and talking about cards and various things, and peace.